Okay guys, sorry I keep restarting this here. So anyway, into camera here, you have two little short screws. The shortest screws on this R2-D2 are the ones that are going to go onto the feet. Okay, so again, we showed earlier, those basically just go, get your screwdriver, we'll flip R2-D2 over, trying to get this on camera here. So basically, you just put your screw in. It's pretty simple, guys. Again, remember, as you're tightening this, it's going to be a little tough to get a straight shot in there. Don't super over tight. Remember, it's plastic, so you don't want to crack it. So same thing. We'll flip up R2-D2's outer leg. Put that screw in the bottom. Get your screwdriver. And again, this is a pretty small screwdriver, guys. You don't have to use something huge. It is metal in the or aluminum in the plastic, or stainless in the plastic. So the last thing is, I screwed up when I was talking in the beginning. On the side, there are two screws that go into the legs. So of course, I'm already screwing up on my first fix-it video. These screws have to be removed. So before you remove the foot gear, or at the same time, doesn't matter, you want to make sure you remove these side ones. So I completely forgot. So basically, very easily, similar to the legs and the ones in the battery pack, is basically, and you know, the nice thing about this is from the head gears to the legs, all the screws are different sizes. So the nice thing is, it makes it easier when you're screwing this back together, that they all kind of go in. And these have, like, they tuck right in. So again, don't over tighten it to strip the screw or to break it. And then here is our last leg screw. Okay, sorry, I'm off camera right here. And again, now I know why these guys get tripods, huh? Anyway, okay, so we're getting to the last leg screw. Okay, so R2-D2 is complete, okay? So, for the last video, I'm going to take little R2-D2 out, and we're going to, remember I had the batteries in here, and when you're using your remote control takes a 9-volt battery that fits in on the bottom of this remote. Hold on. Oops, R2-D2 tumbling over. So, again, you just tuck it in there. Your 9-volt fits in. I'm fortunate enough they have the original sticker. I'm not a big fan of Repro, guy. I don't like Repros, but if you're going to use it for display purposes, I guess you could get a replacement sticker. My only vent about that is that if you die, which happens because we're humans, right? Or you need money, or you're done with collectibles and you decide to sell again, and you put a Repro sticker on here, and you don't call out that it was a Repro, unfortunately that's happening a lot in today's vintage Star Wars hobby. I have an issue with that. So I don't mind somebody making a duplicate of the sticker, but if somewhere on the sticker, let's say even here, it says Repro, or a name of a company or something, so that you could verify that these are a Repro, I have no problem with that, okay? Because you're calling it out and someone can't be deceived, or when it's resold and there's not an issue. Just like, I don't mean to drag you around, so you have our vintage Star Wars figures that we enjoy so much. This happens to be, by the way, the Robin Hood play set. This is the Endor one. Anyway, this is the Robin Hood one. So, long story short, so the weapons, I hate Repro weapons. Because when I buy them, I want the vintage weapons. So I have no problem with Repro if they're a completely different color, or if somewhere, say on Tebow's staff or Paploo's, it says RP, or it has some kind of designation on it that shows that it's a Repro. And I'm telling you guys, we should all be pushing for that. So I get it. Some people can't afford to have the vintage weapons. Okay, I get it. That's fine. But if you're going to buy a Repro, it shouldn't be something that looks identical to the vintage, or if it is, it should be marked as a Repro or a reproduction. I don't have a problem with it being marked correctly, but when it's made just like an original and it is not marked clearly, so I have a problem with that, and so should everybody else. So anyway, long story short, done with my vintage preaching on weapons. We'll light this bad boy up and get them working.